eating segment, so you know I'm probably gonna watch some shit I'm really not gonna be OD locked in on, but just lock in with me. Alright? That's all y'all gotta do. Just lock in with me. The most whole character in Dragon Ball, aka
right, so
Trunks. The history of Trunks. AKA one of the saddest movies to grace Dragon Ball fucking history, about how everybody got slaughtered. And yes, I don't care if I'm spoiling it for you. You've never seen it. That's your problem. Everybody got fucking slaughtered. Go on, died. Made Trunks tee up.
I was watching the History of Trunks special, and it really got me thinking about how truly hoe Trunks was throughout the whole Dragon Ball series. From getting belted in multiple fights, to having to work with some of the most unserious people on the planet in order to save it, while at times I can't lie, he does it to himself. Even so, I genuinely don't know if there are many, if any people who got it worse than bro. Niggas mention all the time how Toriyama didn't like Vegeta, and I'm starting to think that this hate was so generational that it literally started affecting the next generation. Cause this nigga Trunks was getting hoed to an unfathomable level at times. And it don't take long for things to start going wrong.
Toriyama didn't like Vegeta? RP Toriyama, but didn't he write him?
To think that this hate was so generational that it literally started affecting the next generation. Cause this nigga Trunks was getting hoed to an unfathomable
Maybe just wrote him like
times.
he didn't like his character, like
his
story.
This shit dead
So
ass
he had to
starts
make
from
sure
the
his
beginning
story
for
was
bro.
like bad,
Off the
like
rip,
all the
Trunks
family
is
shit.
born in the worst possible timeline. Bro's life legit starts on hard mode. Not only does Goku get packed up before he even steps on the field due to the heart virus, but not long after that, the majority of the Z fighters get completely wiped out by the androids, who
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Goku getting packed up, bro, is like me getting packed up before I gotta step onto the field, bro. Like, Barney, what the hell would you do if you had to fight like some intergalactic ass nigga, bro? And I got packed up before niggas could even step on the battlefield. What the hell would you do? And yo, Brody, me and you look alike, bro. But I'm just the more handsome, defined, chiseled, sexier version, though. Grab his balls and twist them. Make him be in... Okay. Okay. So you said fuck fighting fair, bro. If I die out, you just gotta do what you gotta do to win. I respect it. I respect it.
Speaking of,
Can't
the
be mad
future
at it.
timeline just so happened to get the worst pair of droids, and I know someone hearing this is typing.
Well, actually, the androids in the past were stronger than the future versions.
I didn't say all that. What I am saying, though, is that when you compare how the past androids and the future androids were moving, it is on some coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb type shit. The androids of the past were deadass on some chill shit, going on road trips and sightseeing. Like, for real. They were procrastinating like a motherfucker with their task to kill Goku, and never really went through with it. Like, 16 was dead face to face with bruh, and was cooling.
I ain't gonna lie. They dead wasn't doing shit. That entire arc, man. Before Trunks came back, if this is dead as what they were on, bruh, I can see why Goku never saw any of that shit coming. You feel me? I can dead see it. I can see it. Cause these niggas on some chill ass, bro. They ain't start off just terrorizing on some crazy shit, bro. Look at these niggas doing everything.
And never really went through with it. Like, 16 was dead face to face with bruh, and was cooling. My nigga was in his chill guy bag for real. Now, if we compare this to the androids of Trunks' timelines,
boy,
like, even after Goku died and they packed up the Z Fighters, these two were still
bro.
going out their way
I
to
know
terrorize
you
the
gonna go to your
locals.
cash app and
GTA
try to
6
send
took so
something.
long to come out,
I'm
they decided
good,
to
though.
just turn real life into the game. Peep 17 out here doing 120 in a residential area. And when he gets bored
You
of
gonna go to
speeding,
my cash
he
app and
hops
try
out
to
the
send
whip,
something. I'm
lets it
good, though,
crash
bro.
into a nearby building. And the sparks from that little explosion sets off an even bigger one. These were the two thugs Trunks was dealing with. He did have Gohan around trying to train him up so they could run duos against the Von droids. But this never fully comes to fruition. The first time they try running up on the Von droids, it ends up in Trunks going out sad, and Gohan losing an arm trying to keep Trunks from being put in a pack. And they don't
Fucked
even
up.
get a second opportunity to spin back, because Trunks isn't able to get to the next level before the next attack. And Gohan was not trying to have to cover for this little again. So he knocks him out and decides he'd rather take his chance.
I know this is random as hell, but where the hell was Master Roshi during all this? You know, Master Roshi got some of the biggest power armor I've ever seen. Even though he don't be fighting, that nigga does not die. I don't care if it's Dragon Ball, Z, GT, or 50 years after that. He's not dead. Ever. That's a good ass question. Where was Roshi during all this? Was Roshi actually dead for once? There's no way, right? There's no possible way Roshi was dead. My phone dead. Charge it.
Trunks going out sad, and Gohan losing an arm trying to keep Trunks from being put in a pack. And they don't even get a second opportunity to spin back, because Trunks isn't able to get to the next level before the next attack. And Gohan was not trying to have to cover for this little again. So he knocks him out and decides he'd rather take his chances in a 2v1. And we all know how well that goes. Gohan gets put in the pack by the Bondroids, and the part that really puts salt in the wound is that Trunks was putting in all this work with Gohan trying to become a Super Saiyan so they could be on some dynamic duo shit. And not only does he not reach this level in time, but the thing that finally triggers his transformation is walking up on his man slimed out.
You know what I'm saying?
Dead, bro.
Tough.
Fucking
And
dead.
when he tries to spin back on the Bondroids, it doesn't just go bad. He takes what I will call one of the top 5 most embarrassing beltings I've seen a nigga take in this show. This dude pulls up thinking he's about to put on a masterclass just because he can go Super Saiyan now, completely ignoring the fact that the Bondroids had...
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he just completely forgot the fact that Gohan was literally a Super Saiyan, my nigga. And just because that little rage awakened and shit. You don't think they're awakened the same shit for Gohan, though? Right. Think about it. Gohan didn't get taught Super Saiyan at this time because Goku's dead. He had to awaken it somehow. Some way possible. So obviously it had to be some from enragement or something like that, right? Think about it. So since that was the case, Trunks did the same shit. Nigga, that shit was not working, nigga. That shit was dead, not gonna be enough. But they did give him a great ass transformation scene though. I thought he was really about to fry them niggas as soon as he landed on them.
embarrassing beltings I've seen a nigga take in this show. This dude pulls up thinking he's about to put on a masterclass just because he can go Super Saiyan now, completely ignoring the fact that the Bondroids have been packing Super Saiyans from the moment they woke up. Like deadass, what had bro thinking this was a good idea? Even his mom knew he was bugging. She heard him talking about how he's a Super Saiyan now and looked at him like this. Trunks learns very quickly that he's outmatched. In fact, I think I can pinpoint exactly where he realized he done fucked up. He cocks back and throws this heavy with everything he's got, just for 18 to catch it with ease. And it's when he looks down and sees that his punch got caught that it all clicks.
Oh no! Oh
That nigga
no!
knew he was fried.
No!
And it just keeps getting worse. Because after eating a heavy, he tries to up the sword. Real question. Outside of Frieza, has this thing ever worked? Like I swear, outside of catching Frieza lacking with his sword that one time, this nigga has never successfully won a fight using this thing. Such as here for instance. He tries swinging it around just for the Bondroids to start trolling. 18 is out here jumping on top of his sword hitting poses and shit, while 17 is catching the blade with his bare hands making awful puns.
I see your point.
The Bondroids truly had Trunks going out sad once again. There was a point in this fight where they had Trunks running and hiding like this shit was a horror movie. And really, this ain't even the lowest point for him this fight. Cause when we get closer to the end and Trunks is clearly on like 1 HP left, he tries to put up one last stand. And really, from what we see, this nigga was better off staying down. Bro gets up and starts throwing these flimsy ass punches while the Bondroids are deadass trying their hardest not to laugh in his face. For real, you can't convince me 17 wasn't holding back the meanest laugh while watching Trunks trying to tee off on 18 and seeing that shit not budge her one bit. Finally, they put bro out with one of the meanest tag team combos. Legit, I don't
Can't
know
be
how
mad at
he
him trying
survived
though,
right
bro.
now, but Bulma is an MVP level
damn.
resource, so I'm not gonna question her all too much. So jump ahead. Trunks goes through his first time travel trip where he pulls up with one of the coldest entrances in the show. Puts straight belt to Frieza. Gets Goku his heart virus medication.
That's when I knew
and
that he
warns
was the
everyone
man.
about the
At least in
android.
that.
Everything went
In the
smoothly.
past, at least.
Legit, this right here was probably the highlight of his time in the past. is the second time he pulls up, it's just thing after thing going wrong for him. Off the bat, when he gets back to the past,
Fried.
he realizes the Z Fighters are fighting the wrong androids.
Fucking
Instead of
fried.
17 and 18, they were dealing with 19 and 20, which honestly isn't so bad since they're weaker and should be easier to handle. In fact, 19 was already packed, and 20 was just about to join him. But he's able to get away because Trunks indirectly leads Bulma right to the battlefield, and Jiro, seeing that an easy lick has arrived, shoots her ship down as a diversion so he can dip away to his lab. Also in the moment where Bulma's ship gets boomed, Trunks tries to press his dad, asking him why he ain't tried to save his wife and kid. And in this moment, Trunks finds out his dad does not give a flying fuck about him whatsoever. In fact, with some of the shit Vegeta gets off before a certain scene in this arc, you would think this nigga.
If I'm Trunks, I'm pretty sure I would have known that though. In my personal opinion, I didn't know how Vegeta moved. Unless he was just completely fucking different. As the time went on and Goku died, unless he was just 100% different and nowhere near how like he was during the fucking. But nigga, all of that shit was supposed to lead up to that. So we should have known a little something. Hey, he probably thought Vegeta had a little bit of sympathy. Nah, nigga. He thought after seeing him and Trunks being able to turn Super Saiyan this, that, and the third, seeing how somewhat strong he is, he would have a little bit of faith. Nah, nigga. Nah.
Whatsoever. In fact, with some of the shit Vegeta gets off before a certain scene in this arc, you would think this nigga deadass hated him. Family matters aside, when they finally find Jiro, it's already too late. Bro has activated 17 and 18, and this already got Trunks hot. But when he
Speaking of
peeks as
17,
an Android
we gotta
16
have one of the new,
this really
sparking
gets
shit.
him tweaking. Bro ups the key blast trying to
I
burn
was
the
free.
whole lab.
Because I already got the
Vegeta
pre-order
and Piccolo
version. If I gotta
looking
pay a
at
whole
him,
nother 40
genuinely
for another
wondering
game,
what
I'll be
was up
tight.
with bro. They really don't know how deep this beef is for Trunks. I just know this nigga hated all androids. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Fuck it. This nigga probably hated Android phones. Don't let him catch you texting with a green bubble. It will be raps. Anyway, Trunks' whole attempt at nuking Jiro's lab is completely useless, since the androids are easily able to get out in time. And to make things
That
worse,
fucking silver shit.
17 and 18 activate another android, this being 16. And in Trunks' mind, 2 androids were already a problem. So there now being an unknown third, I just know this nigga was having some sort of internal breakdown. He's really trying his hardest not to tweak even more than he already was. In fact, he tries to do the reasonable thing and fall back because he knows all too well the type of timing the androids can be on. But Vegeta has other plans, getting ready to go run the fade. Trunks peeps this and tries
That
telling
nigga
him
ego
to chill
just
and
high.
wait for Goku
Just
to get
too high,
right,
bro.
to which
It is
Vegeta
simple as
is
that.
not going for at all, giving Trunks
Nigga,
another
ego just
reason
way
to
too
believe
damn high.
this nigga deadass hates him as he gut checks the hell out of bruh before
God
heading off to
damn.
box Android 18, who just as Trunks expected, starts applying straight belt to Vegeta. And let me just say, Trunks is a way better nigga than me, cause even after Vegeta completely ignores all his warnings,
He
and
still come
even
back. He
puts
still helped the
hands
nigga.
on him, he still goes out of his way to try and help the nigga while he's getting his shit rocked. Once again, better than me, because after all that, this would have turned into my greatest hate watch ever. So
You just
Trunks
know-
flies
you know
in trying
Vegeta
to
ego
help, and
dumb
all
eye.
this ends
That's
up
all it
doing
is.
once again
You just
giving
know
us
that nigga dumb eye.
another example
Nigga ego
of
dumb
his
eye.
sword being absolutely useless against anyone not named Frieza, and getting him snuck from behind by 17. In fact, he pretty much gets the whole squad whooped by 17.
I'm about done.
Because after 17 hits him from the back. Whoa, let me try that again. After 17
buddy.
sneaks him, the other Z fighters besides Krillin hop into the fight just to get soloed by 17, while 18 handles Vegeta and Trunks herself. So for the third time this video,
I'm about done with this.
Trunks has tried the androids, and for the third time, he's gotten his
You know,
shit
you gotta
spanked.
scrape the little pieces of rice and shit.
So after this fight, we get this period where everyone pretty much falls back trying to figure out what the next move is in terms of dealing with the android threat. And even during this time where everyone is
this
pretty
Persona?
much chilling, this
Soundtrack,
nigga Trunks
huh?
still
This is
can't
a
catch
video
a break.
soundtrack
They
kinda
call
peak.
Bulma and get some
Hold on,
news
nigga.
dropped on them in
What you know
regards
about
to the
that?
time machine.
What you know
And
about
through this
that?
call and some further investigation, him alongside Gohan and Bulma find out there's another threat lurking around this timeline, indirectly because of Trunks, this being Cell. So once again, the situation has gotten even worse. And to really put a bow on Trunks' awful time in the past, later after Piccolo's short fade with First Form Cell, we get another instance of Vegeta legit hating this nigga Trunks. Cause Vegeta would rather stand in place and stare in the distance for 3 whole days than acknowledge bro's existence and train with him. Deadass, he probably would have never spoken to this nigga again had
The
Goku
fucking
not told him
dickhead.
and capped a little about the hyperbolic time chamber, telling Vegeta he'd need to go in with Trunks. And even when these two were trapped in the same room
dickhead.
together for a year, Vegeta still ain't really messed with bro. They were not in the lab training while building that father-son bond like my guys Goku and Gohan were.
Yeah,
and I know there's that fight in the Kakarot game where Trunks and Vegeta spar, trying to push that Fugazi Vegeta's a good dad propaganda. They thought they had the masses fooled, but you can't fool a real hero. I knew that shit was fake.
I knew it.
You're not gonna convince me the same dude who was going on his 4th day straight of ignoring his son was now all of a sudden all in on sparring with bro. So as we know, they come out the chamber to go handle semi-perfect himself. I'm not gonna lie,
that nigga just trying to become better himself.
Was cooking. That is a stupid ass name. Like, bro,
that nigga ego so high, dog. It doesn't even make fucking sense.
That
shit don't even make sense how high this nigga ego is, bro.
Calling himself semi-perfect is low-key him just trying to gas himself up. Trying his hardest to make this goofy ass form.
He just trying to be the man, bro.
Anyway, Vegeta
man, I hate that form. That form is so fucking ugly.
Vegeta,
oh my god, I hate that fucking form with a passion, bro. He just looked like he just bites ankles and shit.
Make this goofy ass form sound vicious. Bro. Anyway, Vegeta and Trunks pull up on semi-perfect Cell, and Vegeta starts giving this nigga straight work. Pretty much letting Trunks sit back and relax as his pops handled the big bad threat and put an end to this nonsense.
Are you sure about that?
Second form Cell and third form Frieza is the worst forms I've seen in transformations in the
catch what should have been one of the easiest W's of his career. He watches as his dad gets pillow talked into letting Cell absorb 18 and
these two
Luckily
forms
though, not
disgusting.
only does Cell not know where 18 is, Krillin also has the shutdown
Holy.
and should be able to turn off 18, preventing Cell from reaching his perfect form.
What the hell is wrong with you?
So not only has Trunks had to deal with a multitude of ops, but now he even got the niggas on his own team going against him. From Krillin selling over Robo Coochie, which to be fair, he does bag in the end, so bears.
He did, Vegeta. But the thing is though, did the nigga even know he was about to bag before he even decided to make that decision? Did he even know off rip he was gonna bag that 100% though? But the whole time she had a whole nother nigga. I know she kissed that nigga on the cheek and whatever. And yes, she is AI cooch cooch, yes. But how did he not know that she didn't have other robo niggas on her roster though? Other android niggas somewhere running around the planet and shit on her roster. Yes, they were created by Jiro. What if it was another nigga that was on the same type of time and we just didn't know about it? You know what I'm saying? We just didn't know about it.
Getting in his way whenever Trunks, being the only serious nigga on this battlefield, tries to stop Cell. It gets to the point where Trunks has to send Vegeta flying with the blast due to how unserious he was moving. And even after all his effort,
Trunks,
it still wasn't enough to stop these unserious niggas from throwing. And once again, I gotta say, Trunks is a way better nigga than me. Cause he for real gets upset watching Vegeta getting belted by Cell. Like to the point where he stops holding back his full power and takes on Cell himself. To which initially, it looks like he actually has a bit of success. He was getting off some good heavies. Like peep how he gets off this nice little rush combo before finishing.
Yeah, if only they moved that fucking fast in the game. I hate playing with the buff versions of Vegeta and Trunks, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Super Vegeta and Super Trunks, bro. I hate, bro. You see the way this nigga was moving?
He was getting off some good heavies. Like,
look how fast he is in this shit, right? Now, let's talk about in-game format, motherfucker. Playing with these niggas in the game.
Nice.
This how it look.
Good heavies. Like,
bro, that shit's so... Bro, I hate that shit with a passion, bro. They be throwing haymakers, but damn.
It's off this nice little.
Bro, this shit's so slow, bro. It doesn't even make sense. It does not make sense at all, bro.
Watch him hover down, arms crossed, mean mugging the hell out of Cell, just for all that confidence and bravado to go right out the window when Cell reveals he's been trolling the whole time. Trunks tries to call cap, but is quickly shown Cell was indeed not capping when he proceeds to weave every one of his following attacks. And if that weren't enough, he goes on to show Trunks that his little power up ain't all that special by powering up himself. In fact, he pretty much calls Trunks a his little power up ain't all that special by powering up himself.
Look at this nigga's
shoulders. He pretty much calls Trunks a dumbass for thinking he was gonna cook up with this bulky ass form and embarrasses bro so badly he dead ass quits. Like, bro was so down in the mud after this fight that he actually just asked Cell to pack him up and end this shit. To which Cell doesn't do in that moment, but he does say, and I quote, "I think I will." And seeing this makes what happens closer to the end of this arc makes so much more sense. This whole time, I thought Trunks got hoed by Cell because he was unlucky. Nah, turns out him getting a hole in his chest was cause technically He asked for it, and Cell, being an absolute dickhead, follows through a whole ass week later, really wrapping up Trunks' ass-tastic time in the past. Quickly, to summarize the second trip around, he finds out they're fighting the wrong androids, which is good since they still could have stopped 17 and 18 from being activated, but ultimately don't. He gets belted once again by 17 and 18, ends up bringing another threat to the timeline, which they were so close to stopping before shit
Fry
got
my
too out
mans,
of hand.
bro.
Just for the niggas he's supposed to be helping to be some of the most unserious individuals possible. Absolutely
Oh,
selling.
fucking
Ultimately, leaving him to try and clean up this mess just to fail badly. By the way, one of the guys who sold was his dad, who pretty much hated his ass before he died. Which, speaking
Fucking
of,
egomaniac.
this nigga dies.
fucking-
Cause Cell felt like trolling him one last time. I don't know
And
how
all
you
this
see
nigga
all
had
this
was the most
happening
surprised
and not
look on
think
his
he
face.
was one of the most hoe niggas in the show. So after the whole Cell situation is handled, Trunks heads back to his own timeline and finally puts an end to the Von droid.
Oh, yeah.
And let me just say, you can tell this nigga was sick of having to deal with the unseriousness of the Z Fighters in the past. He's seen too many things go wrong from
Too
people
much
fucking
dumbass
around and
shit,
finding
bro.
out. So he wastes no time getting the Von droids up out of here.
Too
He
much
keeps it
dumbass
to 3
shit.
hits max against each. Gives 18
Oh, yeah,
a
bitch.
good 2 heavies, then
Bitch.
finishes her with a "This is for Gohan,"
Oh,
booming
yeah.
her shit. As for 17,
Pussy.
he gets the first hit in when
What's up?
him and 18 charge him. Then the last two after packing 18. First, he gives him a good
Him
kick,
after the
making
hyperbolic
he gets
time
full
terror. Oh, yeah,
extension
you on
on that
time. He's
motherfucker.
him.
Then finishes
He's definitely
him with
him.
a bit
He's
of style,
100% him.
even while he's being dead serious here. Them Saiyan genes still gonna do their thing. You know a Saiyan always gotta get a bit extra when they're dominating. This nigga hits a billion flip before
this,
booming
Sonic
17 with
Unleashed
a T-Blast.
soundtrack?
3 years later, Cell pulls up
This
trying to
shit
sneak
hitting,
Trunks
though. What the
and steal
fuck?
his time machine. But Trunks already knows the script. Calls out Cell, blasts him away to a field,
Holy
where he
shit, that was
proceeds to
nasty.
put the beats on
That
him
was a
before
disgusting shot at Trunks.
the
Oh, my
script.
God.
Calls out Cell,
Ew. No way that was really in the show, was it? I dead don't remember. Why does he look like that?
blasts him
Why
away
does he
to
look
a
like
field,
that?
where he proceeds to put the beats on him before
Bitch.
finishing him with the heat dome attack. Finally, bringing peace to his future for good.
Ew.
Trunks
Until
really can't get a happy
Goku
ending
Black.
because time skip to Super and Trunks' timeline is getting
He's still getting
absolutely
fucking hoed
full.
again.
From his first appearance in Dragon Ball Super,
Don't
you can
shoot!
tell shit was
He's
bad.
not black.
Fuck what the Von droids did. Look at how
He said
just
that in the show,
Goku
by the way,
Black
Twitch.
alone had his timeline looking. Peep the sky. This dude Goku Black fucked the Earth so badly, even the environment took a hit. Movie Goku would be tweaking right here. Sadly for Trunks, he does not get that same Lorax boost Movie Goku does. So when we first see him, bro is actively running for his life. He's
Alright,
got to
hold on. I'm done eating. Good video though, my boy. I ain't gonna lie. That's a great video. Genuinely a great video. I promise you that's a great video. Goten's great. What the fuck is this? This is AI, my nigga? Goten's Great Adventures.